to do what you want. Somebody brought some garlic noodles last night.
Yeah,
We had some corn on the
yeah.
cob. Oh,
Teresa
okay, yeah,
grabbed
yeah,
the
yeah.
tab, snatched it up from the spot out in Concord.
Yeah, everything was
Yeah,
good though.
but
It just be
it
so
was
much
so,
food, man, and they keep on
it
bringing
was
it.
so much
They
food.
keep on bringing. Be like, hey, man, you want
Crazy.
more crab? I'm like, I got two trays right in front of me full of crab.
Yeah,
I don't need no more right now,
I
man.
should have came.
Oh yeah, man, it's
Dang.
cool. It's definitely good, and it's a fundraiser, so then the money goes back into the
Oh
kids'
yeah.
school.
Yeah,
yeah.
Right.
that's what's up.
It was nice, man. It was nice. Yeah, I definitely would say
Okay.
it's something that worth attending. I'm almost gonna hate when they graduate just because of the grad feed. I don't know if we still gonna be able to go.
Well, it's funny,
You
yeah,
know?
the one graduating, but we still got two more at the school. So
Yeah. So we at
Bring
least got
yeah.
4 or 5 more years worth of it in us.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll shoot out the invite. I shoot out the invite earlier. It's around this time every year,
Okay.
I didn't
and
even
then we
see
have
it.
like a whole table. So it's it's all us, pretty much at the same table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you ain't gotta look for no seat. It was cool, man, for sure, for sure. Each time. I remember the first time I was a little nervous because it was the police and the fire
Oh
department was
yeah,
hosting it, right? I'm like, shit, but and I still was fresh home. I'm like, do I go to this motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Is somebody gonna recognize me? But it was definitely cool. No sweat, no pressure.
the
Yeah.
police are the ones serving the alcohol.
Yeah.
Nah.
Knowing you out there in your car. You know what
Right,
I'm saying? That's the one thing I know you can pull away from with the police at
right.
that they ain't gonna pull you over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they on the same tip as you. Tim, you got your
Yeah.
you got your Christmas sweater on?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You got your
Good
Christmas sweater
morning.
on?
Good morning.
We still waiting to see your Christmas sweater.
I got a few. I got my shit. You want me to show you? Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Let me get it.
Let them know, Tim. Let them know
Hey,
they trying to call you out.
why everybody with an iPhone is just called Zoom user?
I got my name.
Oh no, not you though, Dre. You put yours on. Tim
Yeah.
is called Zoom user, and I'm guessing
Yeah,
this is
choose me. I
either
don't know who the
Josh
other
or
person is.
I'm guessing it's either Josh or Gerard is
I
Zoom
Yeah,
said
yeah,
it
user.
was
yeah. With the other
I
one,
don't
yeah.
know. Yeah.
That's like the default for iPhone. They just call you Zoom user.
Mhm.
Shoot, man. We starting on book
Hey,
one, two, or
2026 going so far.
oh shit. Raiders didn't make it to the Super
Any
Bowl.
highlight? They had Super Bowl already.
Low light. Raiders didn't make it to the Super Bowl. And just so you know, the Oakland A's not playing in Oakland no more. Actually, I don't even. They're playing in Sacramento, but
I think it's Sacramento, but they still supposed to be moving somewhere else.
they're doing like the San Francisco 49ers. They not I think they still are called technically the Oakland A's, even though
Hmm.
they're playing in Sacramento.
I think I just saw that for spring training. The spring
But
training started.
the San
I think it
Francisco
said Oakland
49ers,
A's.
right? The San
Right.
Francisco 49ers, they in Santa Clara, but they still call the San Francisco 49ers. But the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, everybody was like, we're gonna be in San Francisco. Like, bro, you wait, you closer to San Jose. Like, you
Hey,
dang.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny.
people don't know they cities or something, especially when they from California,
Right.
like Bay Area too.
And we got extra user. Who's that extra? Is that Ty? Who's that? Is that Lamar? Who's the other
Insane. I
Zoom
don't
user?
know. I don't know if Tim did
That,
it twice by mistake or something.
Yeah.
the what?
Maybe that's Lamar.
No, no, no.
Mhm.
I just popped back out to try to look at the questions and stuff. So maybe I did something wrong. Who's that
Oh
down there in the
shit.
corner?
Tim, you just
Nobody
ran
down
out.
there?
Tim don't realize he got
Nyxia
that
stand
blur
up.
on. He don't
Got
realize he
Oh,
got that
Joshua.
blur on, so we can't see the sweater. But it looked like that was a Christmas
Oh, is
sweater.
he actually? Oh,
oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
damn. Hey, he sunned you, bro.
Yeah.
You called him out. You called him out. He came back with the receipts.
Hey,
He was ready.
why you grab TJ sweater and act like it's yours?
Hey man. TJ don't know nothing about this. You don't even know. What's this, James?
That's the what's the name from
Oh,
Command and Conquer.
yeah, exactly.
Christmas is
Command and
coming. Oh, that's dope.
Conquer.
No, that's
You
dope.
know,
Christmas is coming. Game of Thrones. Winter is coming.
you feel me?
The
I'm
I
starts.
don't
ready.
see it, Tim.
I don't see it either.
I'm sorry. You
He
just
took
gotta
off the
pull it
blur
up.
so you can
You
see it. They
gotta
got the dire wolves
raise
on
it up a
top.
little bit
Got the
higher.
dire woods on
Game,
top.
yeah, Game of Thrones.
I saw it say Christmas is coming. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have it for next year. It's good.
This here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't rock it
yeah,
this year.
Bro, keep
okay.
us in order, bro. Pull out that whip, bro.
That's Tim got
That's
the
me.
extra Zoom user. The
Yeah,
extra Zoom
y'all want me to
user?
kick him out?
No, that's a recorder, right?
Oh,
Nah.
you think so? Maybe it is.
I don't know.
Not
That's the it's the government, man, trying to find out what a bunch of black
Right.
latte drinking sisters for the
What y'all
motherfucking
doing?
Zoom.
Yeah, that might be the
Motherfucking
recorder though.
Zoom.
Keep America safe again. Make
Keep
America safe again.
American
Making
safe.
America safe again.
All right.
You
I
know they
get
start
to the
wobbling when we
question.
come together.
Hey
How you
Josh, what's
doing,
that
It's a
Josh?
background you got
project.
on?
Yeah, I'm right here. What's good with y'all?
Hey
Josh
Josh,
is
what's that background you got on right now? What's that
I've
called?
got football.
You
Josh
know,
is on another planet right now. He made it. He made it. He made it to the. He was in the top 8.
what was I gonna say, man? I made it. Top 8. Sound like somebody finished the book.
Top. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to put the questions in the chat. I don't know if somebody else could try to copy and paste it in. Every time I'm pasting it in, it looks like it's too many maybe it's too much at once because it won't let me post it. But like so I think maybe I'm putting too much at one time. Let me see if I can split it up. That way
Can you
we're not
help with
going back
that?
and forth. I mean, I'm just gonna try again. If someone else wanna try, maybe it's just my phone,
That's
iPhone users.
good.
But I'm trying to let's see how much it lets me do. Maybe let me do 4 questions.
Yeah, I was gonna say like chop it in half, maybe.
Yeah, I'm doing it from the phone on the move, so I'm trying to
Yeah, no.
We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. You know what I mean?
nah man, it is what it is. Yep, and let me do 4. So I'm gonna do it like that. Well, what's up? I'm just everybody I'd wanna say sounds like for the most part we all enjoyed the book,
Oh
which is
yeah.
good to hear. I just a reminder, we're gonna keep this a book 1 because it sounds like everyone has not read book 2. So in case they plan to, let's try to keep the discussion on book 1 and go from there. I just dropped the 10 questions. I had some additional stuff in there. Oh no, I dropped the same thing twice. Dang. I had some additional stuff in there, like topics to talk on, but that's all time permitted. So we'll see what it looked like. But if anyone can start off by just saying, overall, general thoughts on the book, on how the read was. Anybody can start off.
Okay,
You
well, I
got
like sci-fi shit. So I was on it. You know what I'm saying? Me like the last 2 books we read was on the had some sci-fi in it, and I be loving my sci-fi shit. So I was on and popping with it. It really was it just kind of grabbed me and had me rotating and moving with it. Uh, uh but yeah, that's one of my favorite things about it. The fact being that it had somebody inside of it that was an African American was a
mhm.
double plus, you know what I mean, as always. Uh, but yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked it so much I looked for the anime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not have the anime for it. But it's cool. I did see some little clips and each one of the little clips I've seen that somebody had drew it as a cartoon character. They all each looked like that guy, the one I put up in the thing that they said was Emmett, you know? But yeah, but I
Yeah.
like this. I'm gonna push back right there.
That's what's up. Anybody else?
I'll go.
I want to jump into
Yeah,
the
I
question.
like
I'll go. I'll
the
go. No, I fucked with the book too. Just like I fuck with the sci-fi. Um, I like the plot. Loved it so much. I had to finish, all the way through book 2 and 3. Like this is probably the fastest book I done went through in the longest time. Like I'm talking about like everywhere I was stopping, like even in my car, playing it on the radio, at the gym, playing it in the sauna, shit hella loud. It was just like every
Mhm.
chapter just wanted you to just keep going. I wanted for more like that. I gotta see how this shit and I gotta see what's next. Definitely a 10 out of 10. I would, recommend it to other people that's in the sci-fi. It's one of those type of books. Like, hey man, you want to read you a good book? Like, hey, this is what you want to read, 100%. So definitely a good pick. Like you said, Unc, I was looking to see like if it was a movie or a cartoon or something, because I'm like, I gotta see, like, because as we reading it, we're trying to imagine what they're saying, but we don't really know you know, like what they're trying to like explain, I guess. So I want to see exactly what the Nyxia look like. I want to see like what it looks like when they are making these shapes and
Right.
these tools and these weapons and like how they
And
get
doing it
to
all with their
do
mind.
this shit with the ships and shit. Like I want to see that shit, you know. But like I guess in my head when I was imagining it, I guess I imagine the people as like the as like Nameks from Dragon Ball Z, you know? Like that's how I kind of like pictured in my head, like they're Nameks, you know, with just this black smoke that they know how to just fucking create and work with. Um,
Okay.
but yeah. That's how I felt about the book. Dope as fuck.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the book too. I liked how I was able to follow it, like and piggybacking on what Tim and Unc said. I liked how they used that it was somebody I could relate to, like a black character, and then also being able to read through the book and actually imagine. I could actually see like the like a movie form of it. Like I'm reading it and I can actually see, visualize as I'm reading along. So that made it even more engaging to follow with it. But I'm kind of short with it though. It's pretty simple. I just enjoyed the book, man. I love sci-fi too.
Now, me personally, I'm not a big sci-fi fan, but this book kind of might have turned me into one because, like Jesus said, I was like picturing the rabbit room. Like I can't even describe how I'm picturing the rabbit room. They just like in a, I guess, just a little isolated room, but everything is all simulation. Like it's not really happening, but it's really happening. So that's what made me think about it too. Like going through, like, damn, this was a movie. This would be happening right now. And the description, like how Emmett was describing the rooms him and Kaya was going into, like when they was trying to find that what was his name? When they found the I forgot what they found the
You gonna give a spoiler for the
Adamite.
Roni though? Yeah,
They found the Adamite.
yeah.
Yeah. When they found the Adamite, but they was doing this all every other day they would do this little mystery, like they little go off on their own little adventure and try to discover something new and all the stuff they wasn't supposed to be doing, they was doing. But I don't know. I just liked Emmett in that book, and I liked the Kaya too. But overall, yeah, I did like the book. It was like Tim said, I couldn't. I didn't want to stop reading it. I wanted to skip to number two, but I didn't want to forget something in number one. So I was like, I did start a little bit of number two, but I didn't go deep into it. But overall, yeah, I get a book of 10 out of 10 as well.
Man, what can I say? It's hard to, it's hard to critique this book. It was a pretty good book, you know. Um, I'm with Dre. Uh, I'm not the biggest sci-fi, but 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 what pulled me in was that I like really good what do they call it? Screenwriting or whatever. Like
Yeah,
character development and like all of those type of things. This will pull me in regardless of what type of a movie or book it is. And so and then also really like realism. Like I like to feel like it's real. And there were so many times when I was reading it and I was like, this nigga actually has been here. Like this is an actual place. I'm like, bro, some like I don't know. He has some access to some like sci-fi shit. Like the shit was just they're like, yeah, man, you went viral. I'm like, bro, how is this shit not
right.
like I don't know. Like it was so like it just kept having me thinking like how y'all was saying you could visualize it. Like I was like, man, this
Yeah.
this must be a fucking thing. Like Nyxia must be a fucking thing. Like so yeah, I really loved the writing and it made it easier for me to dive into the more, the ring transferring into this, transforming into that, or people dying and not dying. Like it was just written so
Yeah,
well. And then the dude
right.
accidentally got stabbed. It's like, oh well, somebody must have mixed Nyxia with this sword. Like that's some creative shit. Like now dude's in the hospital, doesn't want to tell his dad. He's like somebody got stabbed. So it's like yeah, I just loved how believable it was for me. That kept me engaged.
Yeah.
And
Like
also, I
dang,
forgot at some point, the ritual. At some point, Josh, tell us why. That's at some point. Just let us know. Not
I can
not
do
to
that.
throw off the rhythm or nothing. Yeah.
No, I was gonna have everyone speak first, and I was gonna talk on why I chose this book. But I
All
wanted
right,
to
for
hear from
sure.
everyone's
That's
thoughts
cool.
first. So
Yeah,
who
for
we got
sure.
left? If anybody has anything to say, I don't have to.
hello
I think
Dre.
James the last one.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Uh,
So I'm gonna drop in one first observation is that because of the way Josh is moving, it looks like he's in some like Black Man Blair Witch Project type series where it's like trying to navigate the people. The second piece is I appreciate Josh how you wrote the questions in a way, although Dre started to jump in a little bit. Um
Yeah, I've noticed that.
no, it's all good. Joseph, just throw it out there now. There's gonna be some spoilers. I know you're the only one that ain't finished the book, but um we can't just keep it to just the basics or like what's on
Yeah,
the you flip the cover to the left and you see the description of the book.
yeah.
We can't just keep it to that, Joseph. So we're gonna have to get into some kind of spoilers. Third piece I want to throw out there is he black? So the author, Scott Rankin, has his website. Um, his actual website is called it's pronounced Rankin. So I feel
Mm,
like maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I
yeah.
don't know. The thing is, man, you want to look at people and say, I don't know. You want to look at people and say no. But then you always got to think about cats like Logic. You feel me?
Yeah.
Think about Logic, man. Logic be saying he more black than anybody else. And he about as white as this Zoom chat background. Yeah, the book was definitely dope. I rated a T for 10. Um and Yeah, man. Obviously, I felt like I was able, luckily enough, at the library, one of the libraries right by where the girls practice, they had all three of the books. I only went there to get one book, and the librarian was
Oh yeah. It's just
librarian
like,
was looking at me. She was like, "Well, do you want us to get the whole trilogy?" And I was
yeah.
like,
The
"I didn't even know it
trilogy.
was three."
Right.
So I was like, "Yeah, sure. I'll just go in and grab them all." But after reading the first one, and I was like, after reading the first one, I'll see, what I want to go. Definitely, was a good book, good trilogy to read. Agree with everybody else. It'd be great to see this as like an anime or some kind of movie. Y'all saying that made me think like, man, we could just lightweight develop our own kind of anime with like in between Chat GPT and everything's happening on AI. Like, shoot, we could try
Yeah.
to like we could kind of conceptualize it and hit up it's pronounced ranking on and say like, hey man, we got like a little action kind of piece going on here in the style of Boondocks. What do you think? But yeah, overall, I think
Yeah.
character development was good. Love the cultural kind of pieces that came in. The idea of like Nyxia was super cool. Sci-fi is definitely my thing. Um, but I like the relationship building over time, even more than the character development. I think what I liked was the relationship development throughout the book with like the different people and the different cultures, and it was cool seeing them figure out a way to be able to talk to each other. But even without that, just like the body language and like listening to music and like different ways to like kind of relate
Right.
and
They
get
related.
people.
They came together different ways. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely something yeah, definitely a book that I did not know about. So thanks for throwing this out there and definitely one that I appreciated a lot.
Right on, man. I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. That was definitely the purpose of the book. So just to start.
Tell us who told you about the book, John.
Oh yeah. So I actually wrote the book under my alias.
Uh-huh.
So
All
I'm glad y'all
right.
enjoyed it. This is my first try, my first go ahead. So nah. So actually, random, just chopping it up with the seniors. I was just kind of checking in. I think back was it Thanksgiving? Maybe I was checking in. I think with Dewan and TJ, just kind of on what they be up to, and what kind of books they read if they read at all. And this just happened to be a book that TJ threw out to me that someone had recommended to him. And funny thing was, when he had recommended to me, I was like, all right, man, I don't have a book right now. I'm just gonna throw it on my plate. And trying to find out he didn't even finish the book yet. Like he had like started it and kind of didn't finish it. I ended up
Yeah.
finishing it before him.
No.
But it was a TJ recommendation just to read the book, some book called Nyxia. I think I hit up DJ too. He's talking about some book called Babel. And I had a couple books to throw on my list just like to check out. And I was so into the first book that I'm like, man, hold on, there's more. So I grabbed the next one. I didn't know it was a trilogy either. But overall, um, I liked overall. I do like sci-fi. It's somewhere between this book's somewhere between like a uh, Hunger Games and the Ender's Games, and a few other things in between that I'll throw out as we go on. You know, it reminds me of like Ready Player One or more so Ready Player Two, which I'm pretty sure none of y'all know about. But it's all thrown into one. Um, I do like the fact that our protagonist is also a African American man in space, which is just dope. You know what I mean? Coming to age. But I also like the fact that it wasn't just about any one culture. It was about all the cultures coming together and how they're able to
Yeah,
develop those relationships
yeah,
and look past just what they know. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But
I was like, you meet people from everywhere.
yeah, and how you develop and learn about the different cultures. Like, wait, you from where? Hold on, what?
Wait, what?
Like, oh, where that's at? Palestine.
Right, he
You
didn't
know
know
what I mean?
no nothing.
So you know what I mean? Open their
I'm
eyes and
from Detroit.
open the reader's eyes. You feel me? So, anyways, yeah. So that was overall the thoughts on the book. I'll get into a line of questioning. I'm assuming we're not gonna get through them all. But is there any questions specifically that anyone wants to speak to before I just start going down the list? That maybe you guys like spoke to you a little more.
Well, one of the things that stood out to me that they didn't say but was said that even if it was that they call themselves writing in a futuristic realm, right? Because I think that
Uh-huh.
the year was like 2036 or 2256 or whatever it was. It definitely wasn't the date, but it was still some racism amongst people. That's some crazy shit,
Uh,
right? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That a person can't even write a book with as much technology and as close as the world that got all these over all these eons of years or whatever that they still separated by race. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that was really just that's one of the things that caught my mind that wasn't spoken of in the book, but you definitely was able to see the separation inside of it.
Yeah, I
You
think
know,
prejudice is something we have to just know. I think it will always be there to some
it's
extent,
always
whether it
be
be
here,
race,
man.
sex, whatever the case may be. There's always, I feel like those stereotypes and prejudices just off human nature. And I hope one day we can, but I don't know if it'll be in our lifetime that we'll see those completely go away. But yeah, definitely they brought up some of that, like the dude knowing, like, hey, you know what, this dude, this rich looking white boy. I mean, even our protagonist talking like that.
Hey Josh,
Okay, yeah.
before you jump into that, just to piggyback off what Joseph had said earlier, do we want to make sure we're not perpetuating kind of like stereotypes and whatnot? Do we want to reintroduce ourselves and make sure in 2026 we declare our pronouns?
No. Y'all can do that in the chat if y'all want to. Man. I ain't trying to sit here and hear all your pronouns. Hey, you're a he, him, until I hear something different. So you tell me something different, we'll go that route. Otherwise, I assume that you guys have stuck to the same pronouns we had in the 1990s. I'll make that
That
assumption. You know
part.
what I mean? Shame me if I'm wrong. Tell me if it's something different. You know what I mean? Nah, but to start off, though, since James wanted to talk, James, can you want to let us know if opportunity doesn't come with instructions, who do you trust more, yourself, the system offering it, or the people around you? Especially in such a new world. Like, say you got it put in a situation prior to knowing everything. How do you feel about knowing, about that?
Yeah, I guess I don't have to be the contrarian since I'm going first. So I'm just gonna go in and take the easy route out and say double down on yourself. Even as when I was younger, I definitely don't. Sorry, Tim, I'm not big into gambling. Um, so I don't like to do like a bunch of betting. Or it would always be like, I remember like in middle school, be like, oh, let's bet on like who's gonna win this, like, the Warriors or like whatever, who's gonna win this like NBA basketball game or something, or who's gonna win? Is it gonna be like Duke is gonna win the Final Four, like North Carolina? And I used to always be like, yeah, I'm not betting on other people. What I'll bet on is that I'll beat you in a game of 21. I'll bet on like my own skills and my own like capacity. Um,
hmm
I feel like the system offering it, maybe if you understand like all the kind of rules and whatnot, then you're maybe you understand how to like bend the rules. But I think a lot of times with the system, I think a lot of times what happens is we don't understand all the rules, and I think that a lot of that happened in the book Nyxia, where you're brought in and they're still being taught the rules like on a daily basis, and then it turns into like a weekly basis. And the people around you, no, heck no, I don't trust the people around me. Like in a new opportunity, like in a situation
Yeah.
like Emmett, a bunch of randos you don't know, you got cats like Longway out there. Like, nah. Like I trust that I can't trust you. Like that's what you know what I mean? I trust
Yeah.
that if I fall down, I'm going to fall down. I trust that ain't nobody gonna save me. Like, and I'll be surprised if somebody comes to try to get me. So yeah, 100% trusting in myself, doubling down there on my own skills and ability. Game of 21, game of dominoes.
Horse.
I've
Yeah.
still yet to be in my 25 years of living. I've yet to be beaten in the game of dominoes.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Hey, bro, keep dreaming. Pinch yourself right now. This is a live book club.
Dominoes, spades, shoot, go fish,
It's being
It's crazy
recorded.
chess,
when you're talking to somebody that you know has beat you before and you say stuff like that. But it's all good.
poker, blackjack. You feel me?
The Nyxia story realer than that.
No,
That
for real,
one.
for real. For sure it is. He over here selling
Dude,
dreams. Danny, you any feedback on that? Any thoughts? You know what
I'm
I mean
number
on your
four.
own. So, does anyone have any other thoughts? How about that? Because I would like to get through these questions. So, if
Yeah.
anyone has a differing
I,
opinion,
I had thoughts about it, but I don't know if somebody
throw
else
it in there,
guys
Joe.
want to go
I want to
first.
hear a differing opinion. Like if we all have the same opinion, we don't need to all talk about it. I think necessarily, but if someone has something a different viewpoint, I think that would
So,
be more beneficial to us all.
so like, I feel like, Ben, let me know if I'm over talking, right? Because I don't
Mm,
want to like over, because I can dominate rooms. But what do you call it?
no, no, Diddy.
Uh, um, yeah. I mean, I like what James was saying about trusting oneself when you're in a situation. I would say the contrarian to be not even to be contrarian, but just to be real, like where I genuinely am different is that I don't trust myself to the same degree because of my own spiritual path. There's always like this spiritual development and journeying, and I don't know myself and all this other hippie stuff. So that's like that part of my journey. But then there's also like the what I would consider street smart part of the journey, which how I would define it in this context would be trusting other people, meaning trusting that they will act within human nature, like that they will be as humans are. You know what I mean? Like uh competition, jealousy, um, friendships being formed, just understanding how humans, when they're around other human beings, act, and how to like rely on a team. I definitely have survived a lot in terms of finding opportunities and utilizing opportunities based on um, based on trusting other people are going to be how people are. You know what I mean? Like that they're going to act within human nature in terms of evilness, in terms of altruism, and that's another thing I liked about the book too is that you had some like Rothy. I found so interesting, because you have the petty niggas out there, where it's like Emmett took him down in the beginning, and he came out and had his little girl or whatever. Hey, how's it going? Was that Juliana and Jordan? Um, and and Ralphie was mad at the nigga the whole time, like that's human
Yeah,
nature.
right here. I
So,
think,
so I'm
yeah.
not trusting myself. Like Emmett's trusting if so on James' logic of trusting myself based on myself. Emmett's like, all right, well, hopefully it's peace. You know what I mean? Hopefully when he comes out of it, it's peace. But if he's trusting people and human nature, it's like, well, it could be war. That could have been a signal for a
Yeah.
war. So, I feel like I definitely trust other people to act how other people to act within the fallibility of
Human.
human nature. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to go too long for that answer,
No, I
Josh.
like that. That was a good point.
Yeah.
Anybody else? I have
Yeah,
my
I just
own
got a
thoughts. So I'm gonna say
short.
mine for last. Go ahead, Danny.
I just got a short. I guess we all agree, like on that part, trusting ourselves, because you take this part like first it's a competition, so you can't really trust too many people because we all competing. So you're gonna be looking for a way to down me as far as I'm concerned. Now it might not go in like that, but that's where I'm going. Like y'all trying to get me eliminated, so I'm not gonna trust you. I'm gonna watch and observe and participate. But I also know that because being from where I'm from, being black and already dealing with the system, I know the system got a way to being tricky. It ain't really been for us either. So I definitely will be trusting myself more than any of that because from my experience, you just really can't. You can't put all your trust in no system. You can't put all your trust in no in a whole bunch of, like James said, a whole bunch of randos. You know what I'm saying? Looking to compete
Right.
to get the prize and stuff like that. So simple as that. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to trust nobody but myself. I trust because I know I'm gonna trust myself to find out more information, to get the information I need, and whatever I need to give myself the best angle in the competition. Nothing personal.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. That's dope. Hey, real quick before I keep diving in, um, Joe, did you finish the book?
Uh, yeah, you mean at the end when he had to stand off with Rothy, and
Okay,
then they put him in
James keeps
the
saying stuff to throw me off. James' responses keep making me feel like you,
you've been believing everything James said, bro. If James said Santa Claus was still real, you probably bro. If Santa
hey,
Claus, I'm sure he's not because James keeps saying it. I
hey.
respect it, bro.
So
I
what I've
respect
learned to do with James is ask someone else. So what I'm doing is I'm seeing what James puts and I'm asking the source because I don't believe anything James says. So that's the rule of thumb. So thank you. Anybody else got any different thoughts?
Yeah, Joseph,
Um,
who's wrote these roommates? If you read the book,
I forgot the
All right.
roommate.
we're
Hey,
about to give him
anyways,
a pop quiz.
it's a very specific roommate, bro. It's
I
yeah,
forgot. I forgot the name.
it's all good. Yeah. But I
it.
was going to throw out just a different opinion real quick, and the different opinion is that I think that before you can just trust yourself as the main point of person, everyone isn't that smart or self-aware, right? So like I feel like I'm self-aware, and I think most people, uh, maybe it's an ego thing, feel like we're self-aware, but some people just don't have good judgment. They you ain't never know nobody, whether it be you or somebody you know, even like now, like bring yourself back out here to the bay. That just always makes friends with people they shouldn't be making friends with. Like, bro, why is he hanging with him? Or why is he doing this and that, moving like that? And that person might be like, oh, Nam's making good decisions, but sometimes I mean I've had friends where I'm like, hey, bro, you need to stay away from dude. Like, bro is always, you know what I mean?
Into this, into that.
You know what I mean? Like Tim, I'm thinking about they don't know what the reference, but like I'm thinking of Brooke. Like I had to tell Adam, so my boy Adam, so many times stop hanging with this dude. This dude's over here always getting into trouble, getting arrested, starting trouble, starting fights, just just moving like he shouldn't be moving. Especially like we're not at that phase in life no more where even it would be quote unquote cool. Like, bro, we 25. Why are you still hanging around, dude, if you see how he moving? So in that sense, I say like, yeah, maybe we think that, but I hope that, you know, we would be self-aware enough to know uh
Yeah.
sometimes, like Joe said, you know what I mean? Some people can't trust their own judgment because they're not, the people that are too gullible or just too whatever. At the same time, being communicative creatures, throwing out Kaya, yes, you trust yourself, but you still got to find some kind of way to connect. And I feel like even in this book club, right, hearing different perspectives so that you can, I feel like it's a benefit for us to be able to talk to the people and get different aspects. Do I trust you completely? No. But can I learn from you, Kaya? Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you're my
Right.
roommate. I got it somewhat. I'm still gonna keep my guard up, but I'm not gonna put up walls completely. But I still want to be able to look over and learn from you so that I can win for myself. Like in the games, like I'm going for your neck. But
Right.
outside of the games, I can learn from you, from watching Defoe, from learning the rules of the game, from seeing how y'all operate. Because I'm here now, I'm stuck here. So how am I going? I mean, that's survival 101 to me. Um, so I think without that I dive into to my concept. I always throw out there uh, without full awareness, not just of self, but of what's happening around you. You can't clearly perceive what's happening and then make a good intention, like you know what I mean, and make a good decision on what to do next.
Yeah, but when you brought up Kaya, that's where my response was gonna go at. But I was trying to get me some more coffee at the same time, so I didn't get to jump in there.
Oh my
But the
God.
trust part, no, it's all good. That's being coffee, right? But that's where I seen the first level of trust go in. That was the way that Kaya got at him. That's the way you. If somebody got at me like the way Kaya did, definitely would probably trust them, be willing to trust them a little bit more because she even brought up the pet fact that we're gonna be teams and we're gonna try to fuck with this together. But we gotta do what we gotta do and we come across from each other. You know what I'm saying? Me, I trust that
Right.
you don't do what you're supposed to do, and I'm supposed to do what I'm supposed to do. But we'll come back and we rendezvous and we try to figure some of this shit out. When it comes down to trusting, and this is something that I did not know when I was younger, I would always, hey, who's the lady that jumped in this group? But either way it goes, right?
Right.
Either way it go, though, right? Trust and stuff is something that I didn't do for years and would always make the bad, more instant gratification choices. So but now older, I realize that when it comes down to a situation like that you proposed inside the question, that when I would come in, I would trust what me and all y'all talked about before I actually walked up in there. Well, we already talked about this is something I should watch out for. This is something I should look out for. This is something that what I'm saying. So I come in, and that's what I would be doing. I would be just not on my own understanding, but those that I conversed with earlier. You know what I'm saying? So all of us will be coming into a situation, especially if it was like that. But yeah, so that's where
Yeah.
I'm at with it.
Yeah, I definitely dug him and Kaya's relationship. Just like you said, it was like you're gonna have to trust somebody in here. And him and Kaya was road dogs pretty much. I, the way they clicked just seemed like it was almost like it was a match made in heaven type of deal. Like we were supposed to rock with each other. Like so, we rolling. Use Kaya's this. Use Kaya's. Remember, Kaya. It worked when Kaya said it. Did it this way. And we win in the rabbit room. So I like him and Kaya's relationship. That was sad. That was sad. I think he
Yeah.
rocked with Kaya to the end, though. My opinion. I know I skipped ahead a little bit, but
Nah, he definitely did that. Just so everyone got it in here. I threw out the character names in the chat just so everyone can
yeah,
see it. I'll say any relationship I'll take, any roommates. I mean, they were definitely like, of course, with your roommate, I think you spend the most time with, definitely you grow the closer with in
mhm.
ways, not necessarily to Rothy and what's her name? I'm blank.
Isadora.
And is it Dora's level? Yeah,
Isadora.
not their levels, but I would hate to
Isadora
be.
and Rotary was roommates. And
Yeah,
they were
yeah, yeah.
the two
They
that was
were.
together.
But
That's what
I
I
feel
couldn't
bad for
remember.
Bilal. But I feel bad for Bilal, who had to deal with Long Way. Like,
Yeah.
like, like, bro, you might bring a knife to my neck in my sleep. Like, that's how I feel. I mean, Bilal was the perfect roommate because he's just so passive. But like, yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah.
The
that's a
wrong
cool
way fuck
point.
with you the wrong way.
Man, that boy was.
Wrong way to fuck with you the wrong way for sure. I thought Kanye name was spelled totally different. I thought it was the Kaia. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh,
you put it with the YA. I didn't even
yeah,
think about
Uh,
that
I mean,
that spelling of
I
it.
did the audible, so I didn't
yeah,
see the
me
I
too.
spelling.
did the audio. Yeah.
First time I did the
I
audio
know,
too. So,
I don't know
Yeah,
if
I didn't
Timmy
see the
can
It's
spelling.
answer, but
K
I was
Y.
going to
I
say,
had to read the book.
I just wanted to point out that everybody said that they would only trust themselves mainly, right? But then, and I don't know if this is part of one of the questions, but how y'all is all describing that sounds straight up like Long Way. Like how y'all is describing it it seemed like the main way that Long Way was moving more than anybody.
hey,
So
for real.
I was like, hey, I'm trying to lean on like other people and like,
I mean,
nah,
Long Way
man,
was number
can't
one
trust it.
though.
But
Long way
Long
was
Way was
number
most
one.
Yeah,
definitely
long way
like,
they do
hey,
is
I'm
like
letting y'all know I ain't fuck with. So y'all was cool with like did y'all fuck with Long? Not to deviate from the agenda, Josh. I'm just curious, like, did
No
y'all
agenda.
fuck
It's all good.
with Long Way's approach? Because he was doing exactly how y'all was saying, respectfully. You know what I mean? That's
Uh,
my
I
honest.
fuck I
Yeah,
fucked a
absolutely
long way
right.
with the like when you're reading the book and you're kind of like I guess thinking about why he's moving the way he is. I was like I respect it because if we did like you don't really know where the competition is gonna go. And the fact that you don't know if you're gonna have to, kill somebody or do something to get ahead, like I feel like that is kind of like the best way to move. Like I wouldn't want to gain any attachments to anybody where I may have to, do something where it may come down to backstabbing. And I just feel like being like a solid person, that'll be like challenging for me. Like, dang, I just built this relationship. Now I gotta damn near be a
Take them
whole different
out.
person that I'm not even, that's not even within my character. So I feel like the way the long way move was respectable. But to go to question like number two, my favorite person was like Bilal, to be real. Like he was the strategic thinker, like the peacemaker. Like he didn't have like an alternative motive. So it's like I like if I really had to think about like I guess the two, it would be between like Bilal and Longway and like a mix of those two. I don't know if that could be a thing, but like how Bilal thought, but then I guess how Longway moved,
Long,
you
yeah.
know?
Long way was for sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think everyone would agree with it necessarily, like you know what I mean. But Long Way was productive, if nothing else. I mean, I know
He
James tried to throw
stayed
out
at
there
the
that he's
top.
James tried to say that he was number one, but clearly he didn't finish the book um, because he
I'm saying
wasn't.
within Genesis 11, he
Oh,
Nah,
was
okay,
number
you
one.
gotta complete that statement then.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, Genesis 11.
within Genesis 11, I'm saying like
Yeah.
his strategy worked. I mean, I think where Longway messed up was not that his I think his strategy was not horrible as an individual. I think where he messed up was he stayed stuck on what the plan was from day one, whereas everybody else, most of the other people adapted in some type of way. You know what I
Right.
mean? And so I think the like I'm just gonna throw it on to like the Warriors or something like that. The Warriors dominated 2015, 2016, and then I'd even say like 2017. They dominated, right? But what happened was the rest of the league started saying, okay, so these 3 pointers are actually worth more than a 2 pointer, and they evolved. And so then it's like, all right, now for the Warriors to have to like to be able to maintain the same level, you got to keep evolving. With Longway, I think what he did was he stuck with his plan from day one. Emmett evolved, right? Emmett said, okay, if nothing else, I'm gonna trust in Kaya, which shout out to Kaya, shout out to the work wife. Um,
Right.
you know,
For real. For real.
Kaya had
Work
his back.
work sister, man.
Yeah.
Kaya had his back in the no, I mean for real though. It wasn't no they had a nice, intimate, like productive relationship and it wasn't nothing like romantic. You know what I mean? It was just like, yeah, we gotta work together and let's like figure this thing out. Let's help each other out when we're in our lowest points. Let's also strengthen each other when we're in our highest points. Anyways, I'll just say for Long Way, I think his issue was he stayed with what his original plan was from day one instead of evolving to say, okay, now that I see these other people's strengths and weaknesses and like what's working and not working, he didn't
Yeah.
adapt to that and he kept it as me against everyone else. Instead, whereas other people in Genesis 11 more and more started saying, okay, it's us against like them. And however they
Right.
define them, right? I think Rothy and Isidore was pretty clear who they defined them as, you know? Anyways, yeah.
When I wasn't the two of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think like what you're saying. I think Long Way's biggest, like you're saying, Long Way's biggest downfall is ties back into self awareness, right? Like maybe there's gonna be some tasks here I can't do on my own, like when I went to the drill station. You know what I mean? And the simulation, he realized like, shoot, but I can't operate this drill the way I need to. And it seems like he was at a point he was
Uh, he
he
became the
was
weak link.
for himself to a flaw. He couldn't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even on a boat, he had to realize, like, hey, man, I can't be captain because this is what you're good at. And thankfully, Emmett was the one to be able to, articulate that in a way that he could understand and accept.
Yeah, get
But
everybody on the same page.
yeah, yeah. So, anyways, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, man. This is coming. All of it coming back now. We talking about it. I'm just thinking about a lot. I don't even know where I want to start. But I don't know because
Yeah. Hey,
I
I feel
don't
like
know.
low key, this could be a long discussion. Like I know we got some time for
No,
it.
this book could go in because when you talk about Kaya and Emma's adventure, you talk about all the different, all the different relationships that Emmett was developing with each person, and then how his opinions were for each person. It's almost like he told you how each character is. Like he was more so, like you said, self aware and in tune with. Look, I'm singling out everybody. Like I'm seeing what your weakness is, what type of character you are, what your strengths are. Like he pointed all that stuff out to everybody, and he noticed that when they got to the when they went up against Genesis 12, he did the same thing he did and hid, right? So his strength was, I think, was out of everybody, he was the strongest, to be honest.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
hey, so I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Did anyone peep? So I don't know if anyone peeped it at the end. I didn't peep it till the second time I read the book through. Um, then when Marcus Defoe was talking to what's his name, to the other leader dude,
Oh gosh.
at the halfway point at the interlude, he was talking
Yeah.
to I forget his name, the other ship, the Genesis 12 dude, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna take that bet," and he was like, "Why not?" He was like, "Because early bird gets the worm." Did y'all peep why he didn't take the bet? The reason why he didn't take the bet, he's like, well, so we're gonna take this bet. He was like, nah, we're not taking the bet. At the halfway point, he was like, early bird gets the worm.
Trying to remember that, Jay.
There was an interlude. Yeah, so right after book one, there was an interlude. I mean, right after like the part when Kaya died and they
Right.
officially like got through it, there was an interlude section where there was Defoe's talking to like some people like within their organization, talking about our secrets have secrets.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they found out that because the stuff got leaked, and then he's like, "So we're gonna take this
Okay.
bet for like 500,000 or whatever it is, or 500, billion." He's like, "No, I'm not taking the bet." He's like, "Why not?" He's like, "Because early bird gets the worm."
Yeah.
He was talking about
Why
morning.
wasn't that?
Yeah,
It's
He
all
was
about
talking about morning.
Mm,
Because he
That's why
couldn't
he couldn't beat her.
yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
If you
gotcha.
ever
Okay.
read through
I
the book,
didn't
again,
get
you'll
it. I
see.
didn't get it either.
Well, I didn't
I
get it
didn't
until
get
I
it.
read
I
it a
liked
second
it.
time. So
I
I was like,
liked it, the references that they was making to morning, the way her name was. You know what I'm saying? We
mhm.
referencing to in there. But yeah, nah.
So, and that was the first time I read it. I might
Defoe
have
was
pieced it the
actually
first
my
time.
favorite character. He was as far as character wise go.
Hmm.
That motherfucker was just smooth. You could call him shady. He was shady because he was still had his agenda had nothing to do with them. You know what I'm saying? His
Hmm.
his 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 character was I'm getting y'all up in here. I'm trading y'all. You know what I'm saying? Me. He didn't never. He was never not true to his character. Do I give a fuck about anything it is that y'all doing other than this money? No. But when the boy switched his suit on their motherfucking ass to an armor, when they was up in that room with the little what's his name going around. That way, I don't know what it read like in the book, but listen to them do it on the
I'm telling you, this need to
audiobook.
be a
When
movie.
that motherfucker walked in and seen what was popping, that motherfucker changed his whole suit into a suit of Nyxia armor. You know what I'm saying? It slid up in that motherfucker was like, boom, let it go, boom, let it go. You know what I'm saying? And he
Yeah, this would
kept
be a
his
raw
same
movie.
position
This
everywhere.
movie be
He
raw.
yeah, yeah. He was like, man, fuck this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Even with everything else. Okay, I hear that whine and shit y'all talking about, but at the end of the day, somebody going, is it gonna be you? You gotta make that decision. You know what I'm saying? It was just I'm just saying as far as not as far as personality wise, I had to give it to my boy Emmett, but as far as character, who stayed the same the whole time, didn't give a fuck, that
Yeah.
was that boy. There was that
Yeah.
boy. They were talking about that you can't do nothing with this next year. You trying to get us to do the impossible. You say the what? Man, look, when he had him up in the room and they had him all on the little stands, he grabbed the biggest one. I'm turning this motherfucker into birds, butterflies, nigga. It's nothing. You dig what I'm saying? Man? He was just a boss and kind of stayed smooth with it.
Yeah.
Trusting? No, nowhere near, right? For your personal agenda. But who else stayed 100 with it? Between him and the boy Vanderbeer, which was Emmett's emissary or whatever you call them, what
Oh
is his
yeah,
little
medic,
nutbag dude?
lead, like this leader.
I
I
forgot
mean,
his
the
name. Yeah.
medic dude or
Whatever,
something.
you know what I'm saying? He was kind of cool the way he would always cut his watch off when he was talking to him. You know what I'm saying? Me, okay, I know we can't
Vandermeer.
do this but a minute, but let me cut this off.
Vandermeer.
Look, man, Vandermeer, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was kind of cool too. But the overall character it would be Emmett, but just as far from a
Yeah.
personal point of view, right? But I did like that fool Defoe. He was vicious. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He was the villain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? All right.
Hey Joe, I'm gonna hear your thoughts. Anybody, who was your favorite and who was your least favorite, and
Mm,
why?
I was just thinking about that. I think that I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm gonna say Kai is my favorite. I'm just gonna go based on how, just how it's coming to me, but I haven't thought about it, you know what I mean? But how it's coming to me is Kaya. And I say I like Kaya because I felt like that she was like diametrically opposed to the entire system. Like the entire system was so perfect. It actually, you were talking about movies it reminded you of at the beginning. This also reminded me a lot of Hunter x Hunter, or even a Blue Lock more specifically, right? And
Hmm.
so you had such a perfect system. You had the leadership that were perfectly on point. You had all of the contestants that were perfectly locked in. What do you call it? For the financial incentives, she's like, I don't really care about the financial incentives. So she was like the most wild card out of everybody, I feel like. So I liked that element. Least favorite, I would say, was probably it's a good question.
Yeah,
I kind of feel
'cause
like Rafi because I feel like I don't know. Or maybe even Isadora. I feel like maybe Rafi because it was like, bro, like channel that anger in a different kind of way. I don't know. At some point, like you didn't come here for this nigga. You came here for something else. So stand on business.
yeah, yeah, least favorite. I
I
don't
know
know.
who my least favorite was.
Go ahead, Danny. You sound like you were trying to jump in there.
Man, look, that dude, I don't know if his name was Karpinski or what. The dude who was the like medic for Rafi and Isadora. Man, I ain't never seen no mark like that, bro. Like these young kids, brother, your grown ass trying to kill them kids for them other kids. Like, dude,
Yeah,
I was counting on even when what made Defoe not to piggyback on Unc, but what made Defoe my favorite character is how he was just like when he gave him that option, like I'm like, bro, you really giving him the option that like you can kill this dude. You want to kill him or what you want to do with him? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
but it was like, I was counting on him. I didn't like to do him like is I was wondering if Emmett was gonna kill him. And but what made Emmett one of my favorite characters is how he just still he didn't allow Defoe to get under his skin, like to manipulate that decision. Like, I don't want to be what I don't want to be all the way. I know I got to build some type of a certain thickness of skin or whatever. But I don't want to be exactly who this dude expect me to be on this ship. I can't lose
Yeah,
myself, even though I'm
yeah,
altering my
exactly.
character to
Dang.
survive in this competition. I don't want to let this dude um, manipulate who I really am. You know what I'm saying? Manipulate
Right,
this part that I get from my parents. My dad expect me, my mom expect me. So that was a hard decision to make on his own, especially in the face of that that decision dealing with somebody like because it's easy to be like, man, look, I can get away with killing this dude. Yeah,
right,
let me kill him.
really? Yeah.
He tried to kill
He
me.
out of
I don't want
here.
him to get a chance to try to do it again.
He out of
Crime
So
of
here.
law.
and I can kill him and not deal with no consequences off with his head. But so I thought
Yes.
it was interesting for him to really just take that in account, like to not let that manipulate his character, already
Yeah.
being built into a killer. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm.
Y'all make
He's still
turn
able
him
to
into the
maintain his
killers.
listening. So it kind of go hand in hand with that part. And that one particular scene is what kind of established my favorite characters amongst all the other things that
Ooh.
came with it.
No, that's Tim trying to jump in there. Tim, go ahead.
Oh shit. My bad.
He yawned in. There you go.
A little fake yawn.
He's like, I see my opening.
Oh shit! No, I thought I was on mute.
Shoot,
No,
man.
I thought I already said it
Since y'all
earlier. I thought I
talking,
said it. I thought I said it. My
Yeah,
it was between. But well, I didn't say what my
Allow
least
and
favorite, but Bilal and Emmett together. But I guess there's some bias in there just because I did finish the books about who I don't fuck with. Um, but trying to put my head into book one.
don't do it, man.
Yeah,
Don't give
Brett,
me
never mind.
spoilers.
Hey, I
Don't
feel
do
like
it.
I feel like whenever you put
Don't
the
do
name of
it.
it, what,
Yeah,
what,
I know.
what,
That's why
I'm
I'm
about to
trying to.
say the name of
what,
somebody that ain't even in
what
book one.
hey, what is
Nah,
the shit
nah.
you like?
I'm. Hey, no. I'm so glad that Josh put the name of the characters there. So I'm like, okay, wait, because y'all saying certain shit, and I'm like, wait, was that? Oh, because y'all said like, oh, I'm glad this happened. I'm like, wait, was that was answered in this? Okay, so yeah. So I'll say from book one. Shit, man. From book one, I think Isadora probably be my least favorite. Um, like just to piggyback, I think you said it, Danny. Just like or is Danny or Joseph? Yeah, she just came in on different time. You know, like the fact that she was I guess they're like trying to build a relationship, and I didn't really respect that, you know, in the whole competition. Like y'all didn't really come here. This isn't like a Love Island type shit. You know, you're not trying to come here to make some matching out of love, and that's what you kind of came in to do. And then to kind of make that like the competition. I guess I really didn't respect that. So I guess she would be my least favorite, but once again, like just Bilal and his mindset behind how he wanted to operate makes him a favorite. And then just Emmett coming from his
Yeah.
background and you know what he had to get through and the fact that like you guys saying like he didn't kill whatchamacallit. And I'm reading the book and I'm thinking like fuck bro, he is gonna kill him. You know, he's from
I'm like, take
Detroit.
him out. But
You
then I'm
know, I'm
like,
like he
don't
from
do it.
Detroit, bro, try to take him out, you know. And he like how's he gonna be able to move, you know, when he knows there's somebody that's trying to take him out. So I'm thinking he's gonna kill him. And the fact that he didn't, I was like, that's you know, that's respectable, you know. So that he ended up becoming a good favorite as well.
Yeah. But that the Love Island thing and talking about what was the Mark name? Karpinski. You got to
Yeah.
remember that he said that the Vandermeer Kapinski or whatever his name is, and all of them that was assigned to the different people, that if they candidate wins, then they get a doubled up bonus too, right? You know what I'm saying? But he still shouldn't have let no bro them talk him into going to kill somebody else, man. That was some dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, he could
Yeah.
have surpassed us. So if you go kill him, then yeah, he was real too. And she even told it. She was like, he's just weak. He's a good puppet. He go and come as we said. He's useful at times. You know what I'm saying? It was like that's some
Mm.
cold shit. But the little African girl, I believe her, she was from Africa, that wanted to do the date night shit. You know, she would wear her little, what was it, her bracelet from when
Azima.
she was
Oh
a
yeah.
Zima. Yeah, she was on with that one, you know. I'm looking for a mate. You not worthy, you not worthy,
No,
you
where
not.
these?
Now, you know, I
Yeah.
might think about it a little bit, but yeah, that was some crazy shit.
Yeah.
All right. Where we going? Because we see we can this book right here. We can just go on and on. I hate to see what it's gonna be like when we get to all three
Man,
of them. I'm like 45 minutes left on book two. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
I'm nowhere
I'm
near
trying to
that.
stick to the one.
No. I'm multitasking now because I'm here because the game started, but I'm listening. My eyes is up, but my
Yeah.
ears is open. I was gonna throw out there.
Okay.
So do y'all remember? I put a part in the additional comments. I'm just gonna drop to that about AI and do y'all remember that old football commercial? Did anyone click on that YouTube link and see the football commercial I put there?
I didn't do it there.
Okay, so what it is an old school commercial back when like Mike Vick was still Mike Vick, and they had it look like a ride, like you was at a roller coaster, and they're like, "All right, go and strap in," and it was like back in like the early 2000s, and pretty much what it is they strapped you into the role of Mike Vick, and pretty much when they say, "Hey,"
Wow.
you go through and it's like a ride, but the ride is like moving in the way as if you're running a route. I mean, running like to the end zone.
Yeah, yeah. It was like he was in his body or whatever.
You were in the body of Mike Vick.
Yeah.
So I don't know who all remembers that, but in general, things like that, right? And things like where we're getting now with like technology in terms of like AI. What are your thoughts? Like, how far off you think we are? And so we got these VRs, right? We got the sandbox place. You can go do the VR and have the whole experience. What do you think we are in terms of getting to a place where like we can live inside of like a quote unquote, you know, a football game, and we can like play through it as if we're actually in the football game. Oh shit, Christian got interception. My bad. Got juice.
Okay.
All right.
I wouldn't say we too far away for real, just because they got so in the VR, so you know they got the headset, but then they're starting to come out with the body suits too. you know,
Mhm.
where you could just like you're standing in place and you have the whole bodysuit on and you could feel the punches and everything. You could shoot, you could feel the gunfire. So in the way how fast AI is moving, I could say like in the next maybe 5 years, I'll say I think we're like deep in games, you know, fucking
Yeah, the end
conscious,
game.
damn near in there. I would say maybe 10 years where like a conscious maybe be up in there, but like the 5 years, I feel like it'll be a lot more um you know, a lot more I guess to compare to that commercial where you're like kind of living through someone else's like through someone else's character or something like that. Because
Like
the
you
way
compare.
AI is going, like this shit is it's kind of wild. It's a little scary, you know. It's like how
Yeah,
fast it's kind of moving.
I know, bro.
Like
Yeah,
wait,
like
yeah,
James said, like
honestly.
Avatar. You know, I say like by 10 years, I feel like we'll be at Avatar level in 10 years, you
And
know.
that's what I mean with the avatar level, right? So like we talking about like we got a video game controller, right? You playing a football game. I want to stay on that reference and say you playing as the quarterback, right? And you moving the controller like it is. But we also now have things like this sandbox, like the VR that you can put on your head. Like, I'm with you. Like in 10 years, we might have a bodysuit that you could like play as the quarterback and move your arms.
Yeah,
And
all
when
your
you throw,
mechanics.
like it's crazy where we're getting to. And to take it a step further, the neural aspect of it, right? Like the brain, of course, I think we're like another 30 years, if not more from there. But I was thinking about like how that, like, where it actually taps into like your psyche, like how they could feel with the drill, like him losing his breath and getting cut up and like get all that. And then, of course, you jump out of the
Yeah,
neural simulator and it's off. But like, I would love and I would hate to play a
that
game where I'm playing the running
feeling.
back and get the handout and I'm not playing through Mike Vick. I get to make my own cut moves and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, my brain thinking I'm making the cuts and hopping over people and doing backwards curves like Saquon. Like,
Right, right.
um, but it's just I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's
Any thoughts on that? Who Joe and James and Senior? Y'all, I know y'all didn't speak yet about it or Danny.
Nah, I think we're real close to it as well. Just on what Tim had said something about the virtual stuff, they got like the treadmill virtual machines. Like so now you could do more than like stand in place and have the suits and the head goggles on. You can actually move while you like on this machine. I don't think it's ready for consumers yet, but it's still in development for sure. That they got you attached to the machine. They got the little treadmill ball down, so when you move, the floor moves with you. So you actually in one
hmm
place, but you can still move like you going through the whole like you actually inside the simulator and
yeah,
moving around. So it's like this
yeah,
open
really.
world kind
That
of
shit out
feel.
there. It costs
Yeah,
10K. It costs 10K out
it's
there.
already out there. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that shit.
You
I
put on,
cause
you get it right on the machine. It's like a
they played that
treadmill.
Arc Rider Raider game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. And I've seen this online. This dude plays that shit. And he had a whole treadmill in his room where he dedicates that shit on live stream, running on his damn treadmill with
Yeah,
all the little setup and the devices and shit like that. That shit looks so dope, my buddy. I think it was like 10K to get it. You get a
Yeah,
payment
mm,
plan, you know, if you really want it. You
you're
know,
right. But
James, you can
right.
maybe use it. It helps you
we
stay
so
in shape.
advanced with it though. It's like I actually kind of feel like they might actually have it now. It just ain't like things. I feel like a lot of technology, like it already be developed, and they just have
Yeah,
times. My conspiracy is they utilize what they can get money off of first. Like it's always about the
hmm
dollar. So why present that now, even though it exists, when they still
yeah,
getting money off of what they off the technology we have right now? So,
hmm
um, but to finish my thought, I feel like that they got that now. Like, cause it seems like with the technology we have, it seems like it's just an easy thing to have. They inject you or put some type of like some kind of neural simulator or whatever you want to call it, and it just allows you because you got technology now that allows you to feel certain stuff. Just by imagery and by
right,
neurotransmitter type shit.
right.
So who's to say they don't have anything that they can give you, inject you? You take a pill, put on something on your head,
hmm
put some KG little stickers. What you call that?
The nose thing when they stick you with
Yeah,
yeah,
the same like almost the same type of devices that they put to read your vitals and stuff. They can put something on your
yeah.
head, and it to transmit the actual feeling of you say you're in a boxing ring and you on a VR simulator, you boxing and you take a
Demolition
punch, and
Man.
then and then the neurotransmitter would make you feel what it felt like to get that punch.
Hey, what's
Because
crazy is y'all saying all this made me think of what's the name. It's throwing me back to something that's way ahead of its time, and I don't know if anyone peeped this, but as y'all saying this, uh, the blue pill, red pill from the Matrix, and how
Hmm.
you wake up and you arrive in the Matrix, and you
Mhm.
can die in the Matrix, which is a kill off your body. I think, I mean, I don't know. I'm just putting that together now. I'm going kind of on a tangent. I feel like, but I'm gonna stop with that.
It's
That's what
go.
Danny saying.
It's
The pill thing made me think of.
yeah.
I'm gonna drop this thing in on the AI tip. But yeah, I mean, I think yeah, definitely technology wise, we're there. We can do it. I agree with Danny. I think the return on investment isn't high enough to say like the cost of producing this experience, and like Tim said, with
Hmm.
like the kind of padding, so you can feel the impact of different things, is not there's not enough. There's not a way to monetize it yet, right? The cost of producing it is not worth the cost of putting it out there, right? You want to
Yeah.
produce it for less than what it costs for people to buy
Right.
it, so you have a profit. So I think that's the issue. Um, Two links I'm gonna throw out there. One is this Google Cardboard Plastic. Um, if you guys don't want to check it out, I mean, haven't seen it already, check it out. It's from a while ago, but I think as we move more and more into virtual reality, and the idea is how do you train yourself so that you can move fast enough and react fast enough to be able to realistically simulate the movements that you'll see like in a virtual reality. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing a virtual reality, you try to be like Mike Tyson. At some level, you're going to realize that the speed that you're punching and like dodging is not going to be fast enough to
Right.
sync up with what's happening in the game, right? And
Mhm.
so you have to basically train to be able to like effectively use this virtual reality, right? That's what happened in Avatar, and you see like in a lot of other things. But then at some
Mhm.
point, it becomes, I think, a question of like, if you're training to this level to be able to simulate being able to fight like Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson or whoever, maybe you just actually train and try to actually fight like them instead of making this a simulation. Just make this reality. And so, yeah, Google Cardboard Plastic, definitely check that out. I think it's pretty dope.
Mhm.
Yeah, something gonna happen where they're gonna bring all this AI stuff all the way up to point. But y'all describing the boxing and all the rest of it with it, that's exactly what they did in the book too, right? Once they got it, that was one of the things they did where they would get up in there and fight against each other, and it was another 3D version of them, a 5D version of them was in the thing and getting
Hmm.
knocked down and whatever else, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just like when Kapinski stabbed Emmett. That just happened to be in the real world part, not in the VI part. But it was like he's like, hold
Right.
on, we supposed to be over here. This feel a little too tough. You know what
Too
I'm
real.
saying? Too real. And then look down and he was bloodied all up. But yeah, they definitely talk about that in the book. My things on that is they got the little robots and all this other shit that's supposed to be able to really move around and do kung fu training and all this shit. You know, your boy had them over there in London, or was that China, where where he had them all step out of the van and was out there interacting with people. What's that Mark name, man, that made Tesla?
Oh,
Elon
Elon
Musk.
Musk.
Elon
must.
Musk.
Elon Musk, yeah. So he had them all over there in somewhere else in another part of the world when they all got out and he had them speaking to him and all this other shit. All it's gonna take is for one of them to save somebody somewhere, and the world is gonna be a lot more accepting level. So I agree with y'all. Technology is definitely gonna, but it's gonna come
Mhm.
after some
20, 30
when
odd
they
years.
really help save somebody or something like that. Then the people gonna start trusting them more and let them into their house. You know what I'm saying? And that's the way it's gonna go. But
Yeah.
yeah. So where we at now with it though? Let's get at it. Y'all about an hour and a half in, man. Where
Yeah,
we
I was
at?
a little over.
James, what the
Uh,
Hey
white girl
James, you
sitting
ain't got the
behind you
game
say
this
doing?
morning?
my phone's gonna die soon, y'all. At this point, I didn't know. I'm at like 13% right
Yes.
now. I'm giving a heads up.
You
But
gotta get a
Yes.
portable charger.
I am glad. I should
Where
have
your
brought it with me. It's at
portable
the
at, man?
house.
You got four boys. Where
Oh,
your portable?
you almost got in the end zone, man.
Where your
Uh,
portable at though?
at the house, man. At the house. I didn't even think about.
Josh, you want
I
to
had
throw out maybe one more then?
70%.
Like it's like a main like a big one that you're if you're gonna throw out one more for
I
us.
mean, let me throw out something last. I mean, I don't have nothing big specifically, but because we would let like my topics for more generalized topics of like how your thoughts are. We definitely dove straight into the book. So, um, let's see. Okay, so this is a topic that I think I'm very curious your opinion of. Is the idea, and this is again from my additional thoughts after I wrote the questions. Friends of proximity. He made it a point at the early stages of the book, like in the first like 50 days, that they had become friends of proximity. White girl's jazzy, Danny. But
Uh,
uh, but
I,
oh, and real quick, Karpinski didn't stab Emmett. Jaime did, aka Jamie. But yeah, Karpinski one who swapped out the weapon.
Okay.
Who gave them the thing to swap out the weapon. But yeah, so friends of
Okay.
proximity, how does that work? Because in order to make friends, we typically I feel like all have friends of proximity, but are that true friendships or how do we determine whether or not they become true friendships, right? Like even for him, he's talking about, yeah, we're friends of proximity, like Bilal and Katsu and all of them, we're friends of proximity, but are we really friends? And of course, yes, they start to develop a true friendship, but what are your thoughts on that in terms of how much to trust that? Like, if you're around somebody every day, sure we're friends. But like, if I quit this job, are we still gonna actually keep in contact, or are we just friends because we work together?
Ugh.
You know what I
That's a
mean? So
cold
that
ass dialogue that he popped up when he said that one. No, when he was talking
Ugh.
about like, I don't think no kid will recognize that we're only friends because we're the only ones staying in this neighborhood. We can't go nowhere outside of this neighborhood. I've never heard it put like that. That was some raw ass dialogue that he kicked with that.
Yeah, I
Friends
was
apart.
fun.
Yeah, so you said all my day ones is only my day ones because we all grew up around the same.
You
I
know the
don't know, but
sandbox. They go
that's
back
some
to the
good shit.
sandbox.
nah, it do, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could tell by like when you get out of high school and
Mm.
you think you got all these friends in high school, and you leave, and like at a point now, I speak to less than five. I speak to less than three of them. On a regular basis or
Son.
keep any kind of real contact with. So like, what are your thoughts on that? Can you actually trust that? And how do y'all personally determine like this is really my road dog? Like, yeah, I mean, and clearly, like, I don't know, you know what I mean?
I think it,
Yeah,
man.
I'll say. Oh, go ahead.
I
I'll jump
think
in
it
next.
defines like how you really click with somebody because the whole rule. Like sometimes you could be closer with a outsider than you can with a family member. So it's like it's
Mm-hmm.
not really about the title or like you said, because of day one from the neighborhood, but is that you sometimes you click with people. So you might have known somebody all your life that you don't really fuck with like that, and then somebody you've been fucking with for like a few short years or a few months or whatever, y'all really click up, you know, and then you kind of just built that relationship, kind of just built like naturally, and then it's kind of just what it is. Like it ain't even got to be spoken; it's just what it is. So as far as like knowing that the difference of that for me, I think is just really the people that you click with, that you build that kind of bond with, or build that what I want to say, like it's just something that's natural, man. It's really hard to explain because you can't preordain it or whatever like that. It's just something that just happened. You fuck with who you fuck with, whether it's
Man.
somebody that you've been known for a short time or somebody you've been known for a long time. And then it's the part where sometimes you outgrow that too. You can be cool with somebody and you
Mm-hmm.
outgrow. Sometimes you outgrow relationships or whatever. So who you are now and who they are now might not be, it might not be set like that. That's just a short version.
Hey, anybody else? Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that's the study it's like an MIT study called the theory of propinquity, and they've been exploring it a lot with like retired people who like lose a sense. Like the idea is that propinquity is basically what you said, Josh. Like you form closer relationships with people who you have like a closer either physical proximity to, like who you live by or work by. Like you tend to be closer with your coworker who sits next to you or like you stand next to them on a regular basis than you are with the people who like are in a different building, right? Just by like virtue of you like interacting with them more, you just naturally develop a better relationship. But also the idea of like when you retire, the idea that a lot of people who retire die at a faster rate because they lose these like social relationships because you don't have people who you're closer with. You may be living off by yourself. Um, and so, anyways, I'm bringing all this up to say I think it's really important. Thinking about Nyxia. to have like a strong sense of like who you are as a person and how you want to like intentionally
Hmm.
relationships versus just kind of like allowing relationships to happen and being like a passive. You want to be like the main character in your story, not because it's told from your perspective, but because you're being intentional about who you are and true to like the values that you hold. I think that we've all seen people who are two-faced, three-faced, whatever you want to call it, who change their values based on the people they're around. So it's like, yeah, I'm friends with you or I'm cool with you based on it being convenient because when I'm with you and I say, I don't know, I want to go get coffee, you're like, yeah, let's go get coffee. But in reality, like you hate coffee, but you just like are doing this, you know what I mean? And it's like you'd be better off like being true to yourself and who you are and building relationships based on that fact versus trying to like continually adapt to like what everybody else sees. So anyways, yeah, I know Josh, you
Yeah,
only had
Josh. Yeah,
I know I feel like
Yo,
the
but
battery don't be
I
alone
know
like
it's a
that.
lot, man.
So
yeah,
I try to go back in the car and plug it up for a minute before the game started, but yeah, I think it's just because we're on the video, it's just dying super fast.
it's faster. But what Lil Jay was saying was about, I see what I feel like Emmett got a lot of his confidence from what his father told him what his name meant. I can't remember all of them, but he said,
Yeah.
"You're gonna succeed. You're this. You're this." His father gave him that confidence, and then when he was able to talk to his mother, also kind of think reassured him of that. Like, look, man, you doing this not just for us, but for you. So I think that's why he was able to keep his ground and stay true to himself through all those situations.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree for sure, for sure. Yeah, overall, I'm glad y'all enjoyed the book, man.
Oh
There's a
yeah, I'm
lot
gonna
more that
have
we
to
could
start reading number two.
what. Yeah, I don't know if y'all. I know James mentioned that. I don't know if y'all want to make that the next book. Someone else want to host that, or just Joe. I don't know if that looks like in terms of who's next in the book club, and people want to read it on their own and have a separate meetup about it. But whatever that looks like, I'm glad y'all enjoyed the book. I know I
Hey,
enjoyed it. I got the hard copy of the trilogy. I bought it just because I thought it was that good. When the
yeah,
boys get old enough, I'm gonna share it with them.
I also like
So,
James's idea of AI creating our own movie thing. I don't know if it's feasible, but that was really dope. But yeah, Josh, I mean, clearly you picked one of the best books that we had so far. That and IQ, you just can't miss with your shit, apparently. So um that puts the bar for whoever's going next, right? Which in this case would be uh the elder, Dre would be next in
me.
the rotation. So no pressure, man, but you gotta follow up behind this
Well,
Nyxia.
I
You
mean,
know what
it
I
wasn't going.
mean?
I mean, following up with Nixie, I'm not gonna pick number two because everybody dang near done with number two, so I'm gonna be going somewhere else.
Yeah, man. Hey,
It's
surprises,
probably
man.
gonna be
You ain't
that
gotta let
movie
us
we
know
was
right
talking
now. You
about
can
though.
think about it for a little bit,
It's
give it a
probably
few
no. I've
days.
been thinking about it. It's probably gonna be that movie
Okay.
though I was talking about at the when we had the ugly sweaters.
Oh shit! Oh shit! I
Yeah,
remember you
I
mentioning
was
that.
talking about that
Dang, that's
movie.
funny. If you know, you
It
know.
might be that
Damn,
movie.
Josh is gonna bail
Just
on
to
us like
be,
that.
it's gonna throw off the sci-fi. That's the only probably spoiler I say. It's not gonna be sci. It's not gonna be on sci-fi. But it's to get everybody else's
Yeah,
opinion about what I saw in this movie. Because there's a movie I
okay,
probably would have never watched if I wouldn't have saw who the character was in there. Like I don't even know this guy. I
okay,
think I saw a couple of his stuff, but you know what I mean. Like the actor that was in there, I thought he played a dope role to me. So that's why I think I'm gonna
okay,
pick this
okay.
movie.
What
All
movie is
right.
But
it?
I'm gonna
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Think
gonna
about it.
see.
Think about it.
Yeah, I've been
What do you
thinking
call
about it a
it?
little more.
Also, there's been some comments about wanting to meet a little bit more regularly. There being
Yeah,
gaps in between the meetings, so just kind of putting that out there for y'all. Obviously, we all got lives, and then we also enjoy this, which is a great thing. So it's like just finding that balance. So if it is a movie, maybe we end up meeting even a little bit earlier or whatever. Just kind of putting that out
yeah.
there. But yeah, you can close this out, Dre, because this is your month, man. This is your whatever.
Dang,
It's your
already?
time. So.
But I just want to close out by saying the book was great. I'm glad, like Jay said, I'm glad everybody enjoyed it because I know I enjoyed it. I started getting into two just like y'all did. I just didn't go as deep, but
Mhm.
as I was reading this book, I was getting other thoughts, man, about well, from this book and from Atlantica. I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking about some of those books that he was referencing too. He had a lot of reference points. So I was thinking about something he did. But then I started thinking about, oh, let me stick with my first thought with that movie that I was thinking about after we finished Atlantis. So I'm gonna go over a little bit more and then I'm gonna let y'all know. But overall, so far, 2026 is good.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm. All right, for sure. Well, y'all, it's
Okay.
always good seeing the family, you know, and hope that everybody doing well. Sorry, I had a slight headache, so I was a little out of it. But yeah, man, blessings to you, your families, and we'll get ready for this
Okay.
movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Well, I'm
right,
gonna
so
catch
y'all,
up with y'all, man. Y'all be
yeah.
good.
All
All right,
right.
y'all be
All
good,
right,
man.
man.
All
I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All
right.
right.
All right. One.
Later on.
Later, weeks.
So, yeah.